Oh, that's nice. Hi, everybody. That's the fastest getting ready job I ever did. Well, maybe I don't know if that's true, but pretty good, huh? Sorry about the mix-up. I'm Dottie Ashley. We're going to do our sound check kind of on the fly. I've got a bunch of songs for you. Some protest songs, some socially conscious songs, some songs I do with the band. We have a band called Appaloosa. And we've been playing out since 2013. And anyway, it's really super fun. So I want to thank, no, we got to do the sound check before we start. Yeah, that was sounded pretty good.
Okay, so this guitar is what I need.
Okay. Maybe turn up my gain. Oh. I see that. Oh, yeah, Jonathan. It's nice to have a professional sound man. Just a hair bright, maybe a little less of that. I'm not scared of trying. We're going to go right into that, huh? Is it time to start? Okay. All right, we'll give it a shot, and then we'll just go on the fly and give this song a start. Hi. Hey, Jonathan, can you add some more low end on this guitar? Thank you. Everybody, I'm Dottie Ashley. I'm here until just about 8. I'm going to do an interview with Holly afterwards, talk about songwriting. I've got a program for you that I hope is entertaining and maybe danceable, but will make you feel better because these are very difficult times. I've got some socially conscious songs and protest songs, some love songs, and poetry set to music. Anyway, I'm going to start off with a song I wrote called Cards. And if you were a young kid, you remember building a house of cards. Well, sometimes a relationship or a situation or something is built up in that house of cards. Sometimes you need to pull that card away and let it just fall. So here we go. Thank you again, High Desert Music Collective, and Charlie, and Holly, and Scott, and Jonathan, and Joshua, and all the other people involved, because it's a really great, heroic effort and makes a big difference to a lot of people. I'm not scared of trying, not scared of any lies, and I know there ain't no golden prize. And I taught myself to speak and not to tell, not a queen of hearts, it's hard to break your spell. Wanna shake the windows, tear down the walls, blow off the roof and rattle them houses, battered old house, tired old town, this house of cards comes tumbling down. This house of cards comes tumbling down. My love, off it went, it fell bare and all apart. Yeah, it's an old, empty, wore-out heart. Not no more, not one more hint of thieves stealing, and I see the ace right up your sleeve. Gonna shake the windows, tear down the walls, blow off the roof and rattle them houses, battered old house, tired old town, this house of cards house of cards comes tumbling down. Well, what a stumble got you on the way down. You go on, Joe, take trouble out of town. The Joker says, damn, more than your face imparts. Love is gone now, left us with two broke hearts. I wanna shake the windows, tear down the walls, blow off the roof and rattle them halls. This battered old house, tired old town, this house of cards comes tumbling down. This house of cards comes tumbling down. You win or you lose, your luck, it's all gone wild. Blowing out those jacks and kings exile. You're going down a broke saint and rambler, left a promise and the fortunes of a gambler. Wanna shake the windows, tear down the walls, blow off the roof and rattle them halls. This battered old house, tired old town, this house of cards comes tumbling down. This house of cards comes tumbling down. I wanna shake the windows, tear down the walls, blow off the roof and rattle them halls. This battered old house, tired old town, this house of cards comes tumbling down. This house of cards comes tumbling down. Tumbling down. Tumbling down. Thank you guys so much. Can I have a little less guitar in my wedge? And it sounds boomy up here a little bit. So that's a song about please don't be scared to pull out a card and let the house of cards fall down, because sometimes they should. This next tune I'm going to do is a song I wrote called Electric 109. And it's about a girl who disguises herself as a boy so that she can go and ride in the rodeo. And everybody falls in love with her. And she does win the big kahuna and then takes off before anybody knows what that story is. And so this goes out to all my friends who have been subjugated or haven't been able to live their lives really as purely as they certainly can now, or as they want to. I have a lot of, this is sort of for my lesbian and gay and trans friends. And so this is important that we acknowledge it. I don't have a hidden agenda or anything. This is just about inclusive for all people. And, you know, there are a lot of sports that girls can't do. Thank you. It's pretty important, right? She binds herself and she binds the hand that holds the rope. She hears the band, she holds the hope for the winning time. Man calls out, Electric 109. Blondes in caps and cut-off shorts, denim skirts, all them fancy sorts, on the prowl, prowling in their prime. Man calls out, Electric 109. Oh my heavens, oh cowboy, draw another one, have another go. And oh my heavens, oh cowboy, saddle up, come ride tomorrow. Buckaroo devils, come heaven or hell, back-gate dudes from Kalispell, hold for the ride, praying for the time. Man calls out, Electric 109. Lipstick girls, they start to cheer, and men see none like that in years. Seen a working life, nothing quite so fine. Man calls out, Electric 109. Oh my heavens, oh cowboy, draw another one, have another go. Oh my heavens, oh cowboy, saddle up, come ride tomorrow. Look different ways in different mirrors, get different answers, get away from here. She got her some money, got a secret like honey, got her some money, got a secret like the sweetest honey. Sky blue eyes and long straight hair, she quits the ride, she's out of there and takes her money. Takes a little time. Man calls out, Electric 109. In the bars and the cars and the parties after, and the beers and the tears, and amid the laughter, they look for the boy for a real long time. Man calls out, Electric 109. Oh my heavens, oh cowboy, draw another one, have another go. And oh my heavens, oh cowboy, saddle up, come ride tomorrow. Go. Thank you. You know, I went to a girls' camp here. Well, it was a girls' camp when I went called Camp Tamarack many, many years ago. I was a little kid, a 10-year-old little pot-bellied kid in a watermelon bathing suit, being surrounded by women at Dark Lake. And I didn't really know it at the time, but it was run by gay women from Oregon State. And I ended up heading up their writing program by the time I was 21. And, you know, they taught me I could be anything that I wanted to be or do anything I wanted to do. And I think we need a lot more people like that in this world these days. But anyway, that goes out to that. Thank you. Okay, so I have these hand warmers here. But it's not very cold, so I'm super excited about that. And the last time we got to play here, it was 102. Right? So I'm going to play this new song for you. It's called Outlaw. Let's see, what is it about? It's about going to see your boyfriend, this is how it starts, and having your best girlfriend open up the door to his house wearing a shirt that you bought. How's that for a big opener? This is actually pretty new, so I have to think. Met at your door by my girlfriend in your shirt from a store I bought back when I looked behind instead of ahead. She wants your name for a fresh new start. You broke the law, you outlawed hiding your lawless heart. Did she know you might have loved me? Did you ever just say, tell me the story, what happened to you? Tell me the truth. Way back then, it was always only you. Don't mean to suggest I loved you the best. You broke more hearts than all the rest. Back in the day, before you cracked my world. Before then, when last I checked, love is what you done said you would at least expect. Did she know you might have loved me? Did you ever just say, tell me the story, what happened to you? Tell me the truth. Way back then, it was always only you. There ain't a chart to get near your heart. Guess laughter was the imaginary part of the love you knew. You threw away. I thought you'd hold me longer, hold on hard like I was a precious gift of holy water. Is amazing grace that sacred place where you rustle and outsmart? How's the wicked feeling when you're stealing another girl's heart? I ain't giving up, I'm moving on. Mercy for you's gone way too long. I'm moving on, moving again. From something broke that can't be fixed, things go missing just like this, like your name was on my lips. Did she know you might have loved me? Did you ever just say, tell me the story, what happened to you? Tell me the truth. Way back then, it was always only you. Way back then, it was always only you. Way back then, it was always only you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, that was probably a big fan of mine out there. This is going to be a song. I think it's not too cold for my little fingers. Big Blue Sky. So it's hard to make a living these days. It's often very hard to make a living. And it's not easy. It's especially not easy now. And we were driving on a road trip. East-west is the loneliest highway in Nevada. And you pass this copper mine right before you get to the town of Ely. And I didn't really like what that copper mine had done to the landscape, and yet it had given a lot of people in Ely a living. So I thought about that and people having to travel there to go because it's in the middle of nowhere. And then I was getting my car repaired, and this older woman, she was 84, she talked about how she and her husband had to be separated. And this younger woman was talking to her and said that they had been apart too. So for all those military people that have to travel or live apart, or you have a bunch of different schedules or things just aren't easy anymore, this goes out to you. And this is really about enduring love. I know you love me, so I won't ask if you do. It's not a thing your heart needs to cut through. I'm holding on to my dream of you coming back to me and you in that big blue sky. Honey, you don't have to be good to look up and say your piece. It's the way of the world anyhow. Some get a job, some get a chance, $1 a pipe, a quarter sack. It's our shot at this crazy romance. How our lives are not torn apart at the seams. You got the light inside, to hold to a bunch of dreams. It's a hard time being gone, might be harder coming on back to me and you in that big blue sky. Honey, you don't have to be good to look up and say your piece. It's the way of the world anyhow. Some get a job, some get a chance, $1 pipe, a quarter sack. It's our shot at this crazy romance. Wondering what we'll do with our gold in the bank. You do what you can, there ain't no one else to thank. Gonna ride me one more time from that dirty Nevada mine. I'm waiting here neath the big blue sky. There's pretty women out there, they're praying you got no heart. Well, you got mine, I got yours, don't matter, we're miles apart. I'll put 2 chairs out each night on our dead-end street. I'm still gonna be that woman you wanna meet. It's a love that lives for dreaming. You're coming on home to me and you in that big blue sky. Honey, you don't have to be good to look up and say your piece. It's the way of the world anyhow. Some get a job, some get a chance, $1 pipe, a quarter sack. It's our shot at this crazy romance. Well, some get a job, some get a chance, $1 pipe, a quarter sack. It's our shot at this crazy romance. It's our shot at this crazy romance. Thank you. So when I wrote that, I think about $1 a pipe and all of that. Well, I changed irrigation pipe when I was a kid for my Uncle Peter. He bought land here with the down off Couch in Pinehurst in Tumalo. And God, I mean, it's really hard changing pipe as a little kid, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and those things are heavy and they weigh. And anyway, so I said to Uncle Peter one time, not so long ago, he's up in heaven now, but I said, "Cowboy, you paid me $1 a pipe," because I was telling him about this song. And he said, "Oh, no, no, 10 cents. 10 cents. God, yeah, well, it was a good life back then. Okay, now, here we go. This song is called Preacher. This is about the Catholic Church. And I wrote this song at the time Spotlight came out. And as you know, that was kind of a while ago, and we still have abuse issues. Might have seen someone leaving out his door. Neighbor, he's headed for work he loves no more. He's a priest with a family, preacher you could say. 2 young girls, a blonde wife, it's the holy way. He's off to the work of comfort, the soul saving, self-deceiving, sneaky slide of the devil's side. He's dressed in peaceful black with his old white collar on, a crease in shiny pants, and he knows that he's a con. smokes a filtered cigarette, stares at the crooked sky, fingers on the rosary, well, he don't wonder why. He's off to the work of comfort, the soul saving, self-deceiving, sneaky slide of the devil's side. He's got a crowd of secrets, like many of them do. Take a kid in confidence, hold him hostage in a pew. Twisting power, sure ain't new, it's a cagey way to win. Steal the soul, free the devil, and say it ain't no sin. He's off to the work of comfort, the soul saving, self-deceiving, sneaky slide of the devil's side, sneaky slide of the devil's side. Thank you. Sometimes we have a lot of meaning in our songs, so it might make me a little nervous. Okay, here's a good story. This is a great story. So on that, maybe that same trip or another trip coming back in from the Southwest, I got an eye infection, and we had to come home. We were in the middle of nowhere. I had to go to this little town called Panguitch for them to patch me up. And the doctor there, he said, you actually should hightail it home. So I said, okay, great. And Eli had to drive, and we made it to the other side of Salt Lake City and then made it home in 2 days. And he drove the whole time. And so I just was sort of slumped in my chair because your eye has a lot of nerves, and it hurt a lot, so I was taking a pain medication. And then also, you don't get a patch or anything, so I had this bandana and my sunglasses, and I looked a little beat up. We drive into Burns, Oregon, and it's hot, it's warm, and our windows are rolled down, and the attendant comes over, and he says to me, and he kind of leans in my window, and he says, "Are you all right in there?" And I thought, yeah. And then I realized he thought I had been beaten. And he said, because if you're not safe, we can help you. So we haven't recorded, I don't think we've recorded this song. Oh, I've got CDs for sale over there. We've just recorded and released our 5th CD, Central Oregon Recording, Scott Baber, Matthew Fletcher, they did it for us. And anyway, it's really, 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 really good. And it was so good, it was just going to be a demo day. And then we decided, man, that's good. We better bootleg it. And then we decided, man, we actually better release this. So that's over there. Okay, here we go with Fueling Up. Drove out of the desert onto the flats, heading towards town and stopped for gas. Windows roll down, mine for some air. Attendant leans in. Girl, you good in there? My name is Henry, I work right here. I own Fueling Up, and if that ain't clear, if and he hits you, let me know. My buddies and me, we'll see that he goes. I'll say, Henry, I got the desert in my eye. Looks like a fight, but I won't tell a lie. Don't disappear him in a hole in the sand. I want him alive, 'cause he's my man. boys will hide a body, it'll never be found. Not 100 years, maybe longer around. Great big hole in the desert floor, no one will find him. Won't be here no more. And bones get buried out near the Steens. No one will see him if you know what I mean. Your secret's safe, you just tell us when we can disappear him. He's any old man. I say, Henry, I got the desert in my eye. Looks like a fight, but I won't tell a lie. Don't disappear him in a hole in the sand. I want him alive 'cause he's my man. See, we had us a war, we shipped out the same. Some came home, some lost their name. Got me some friends, Hell's Angels and all, looters and drifters, and someone I'll call. Drove out of the desert onto the flats, heading towards town and stopping for gas. No one goes looking, no one goes finding, you might hit the road with no one left minded. No one's left minded. Thank you guys so much. This next tune I'm going to do is called Ghost Town. And this is about a woman leaving her husband. And it actually was going to be called Shaniko. But, you know, my husband is also a songwriter. And so he said, that's not a good title. So I call it Ghost Town. But it does take place in the little town of Shaniko up there. And I have a song I wrote called, well, it was called Laundry. But it's called Spin Cycle now. So thanks for the editing. So the secret to this story, it's really kind of poetic and beautiful. And Matthew and Scott also recorded this for us with Leah on violin. It is unbelievable. And so we'll put that on number 6. And this is about starting over. And she leaves the desert and she goes to the west side. And she leaves a bad relationship, but she's taking her unborn child with her. So it's hopeful. Crazy wisdom, it sure seems, alchemy and magic, and a love so savage I believed. I could read your dreams, lying here in the rain. A love so savage I believe. That's no good way to lose you. Our dreams getting so cold. No way to keep on missing, waiting here for me to be told. Your crazy palms tell a story, empty, cracked, and old. Push too hard, nothing to say, smoke burns your band of gold. Crazy wisdom, it sure seems, alchemy and magic, and a love so savage I believe. I could read your dreams, lying here in the rain. A love so savage I believe. woke up in this ghost town and I'm heading out tonight. You had me all loving you, but there ain't no peace in your dirty white lies. You lost the rain just after hiding your heart too. Bad love you held too long, your God, he's hollow, mine must ring true. Crazy wisdom, it sure seems alchemy and magic, and a love so savage I believe. I could read your dreams, lying here in the rain. A love so savage I believed. Oh, my soul is full of winter. A life of dreams has signs. This heart's gotta go somewhere. Steady wishes spinning in the sky. All of my blessings better join me in this world. They're all inside the water. I can read you in the rain. Crazy wisdom, it sure seems alchemy and magic, and a love so savage I believe. I could read your dreams, lying here in the rain. A love so savage I believe. I can read you in the rain. I can read the rain. Thank you. Thank you so much. A love so savage I believed. And she gave it up. She left. Okay, here's a song. This is called River of Stars. And Steve Jensen, our bass player, who's been with us forever, and Eli and I went to Portland to perform this song because it got us into the finals of the local Northwest. Oh, I can't remember who it was, but it was the Northwest Songwriters something, Roots. I can't remember. It was a little bit ago. But anyway, it was a big kudo for us, and we had a great time, and we were runner-up. Although plenty of people said, oh, man, you should have won that. Anyway, this is a song about nostalgia. And when you're a kid, you look up and see that Milky Way, that river of stars. Felt summer breeze in those endless nights from dusk till dawn, till she moved on. Threw rocks in the lake, heard 'em skip on the water, heard 'em ring in the night, heard the stones sing daylight. People gonna have their heartache, they ain't gonna hold their place. Didn't know the sky was a river of stars. Guess you never know, young, when you are. Been years since I heard her voice or wished on a shooting star. In the older places where the shapes of dreams all messed up with other things, my friends leave their longing with the buttons they've got done up all wrong, singing songs. We were young. People gonna have their heartache, they ain't gonna hold their place. Didn't know
know the sky was a river of stars. Guess you never know young when you are. Been years since I heard her voice or wished on a shooting star. I stand at the river now, older than we were, hear the water go by in a lonesome sigh. In my old ghost house there's a love note stuck in the stacks of songs. Will I hear wind, hear what she was? People gonna have their heartache, they ain't gonna hold their place. Didn't know the sky was a river of stars. Guess you never know young when you are. Been years since I heard her voice or wished on a shooting star. In an emptiness that gets to you, not the lonely dreams, they ain't what they seem. In the cry of the wind, the sound of her voice, the breath of her song, it's a hot rush, like wildfire. People gonna have their heartache, they ain't gonna hold their place. Didn't know the sky was a river of stars. Guess you never know young when you are. Been years since I heard her voice or wished on a shooting star. Been years since I heard her voice or wished on a shooting star.
Thank you. That goes out to my buddy Steve Jensen and to Eli, because you know we were really good that night at that where were we? On Alberta, yeah, the Alberta Street Pub. It was pretty cool. Okay, this is a song called Mama O, and it's about the Trail of Slaves. And this is a time when we should be real cognizant of, you know, the systemic racism and slavery inherent in our country. So I'm not going to rant. This isn't rant casting, but it's important to acknowledge. So Eli and I were playing a music festival in Richland, and we played this song called Mama O. And this gal came up afterwards, and she said, "Oh my gosh, you touched me so much with that song. My people are from Carolina." And here's a blonde woman coming up to us saying that her people were coming from Carolina and that there were slaveries and slaves back in her family, and she'd done all this research. So you never know who's going to be out there listening. Anyway, this is called Mama O. I was sold to Joseph Brennan. He took me down to New Orleans. My name then was Hannah Person. It is now Hannah Jean. It is now Hannah Jean. Mama, oh, you read that good book. You got your marker and it sings the blues. Mama, oh, you want to go and dance. I'm saying this leaves dead girl shoes. Mama, oh, you're a shooting star, drift gone so fast like the poor folks do. Mama, oh, you want to hold our hand, not a rabbit's foot, nothing left to lose. Pa was sold to someone other, Brother Sam and Annabelle Joe.
father, if they're alive. I'd like to know if they're alive. I'd like to know. Mama, oh, you read that good book. You got your marker and it sings the blues. Mama, oh, you want to go and dance. I'm saying this leaves dead girl shoes. Mama, oh, you're a shooting star, drift gone so fast like the poor folks do. Mama, oh, you want to hold our hand, not a rabbit's foot, nothing left to lose. They're all gone, and I'm alone now, swept away down the trail as slaves. We can write to all the papers, praying Mama ain't in her grave. I'm praying Mama ain't in her grave. Mama, oh, you read that good book. You got your marker and it sings the blues. Mama, oh, you want to go and dance. I'm saying this leaves dead girl shoes. Mama, oh, you're a shooting star, drift gone so fast like the poor folks do. Mama, oh, you want to hold our hand, not a rabbit's foot, nothing left to lose. Mama, oh, nothing left to lose, nothing left to lose, nothing left to lose. I just came up with that right there. It sort of distracted me, but you know, it's kind of that heartbeat thing. So I got that idea from an article in the Smithsonian, because everybody who was bought or sold or traded, very many of them couldn't read or write. And so after the war, they were trying to find their families. And how do you find your family if you don't even know their name or where they are? Anyway, that's called Mama-O. This is next song is a beautiful song that I wrote called Ring Time, and it's about a boy who's in love with a girl who's in the circus, and her time is she goes around and around and around. That's how her time is, and he lives like we all do in a linear way. So this came from E.B. White, who was a fellow who did a lot of writing in the early 1900s, and he had a essay. I think it was even called Ring Time, and I think he was a young man, and he had gone to the circus and had actually seen this woman. Now I just made up a story about it. Entry cost $1. He laid that ticket down. Hey there now, we're coming to your town. The greatest show on earth, leaving you spellbound. In the shape of an O. Time goes round and round and round. A longing he can't shake, in the heat all sunburned brown. A pretty red-haired girl, dirty feet off the ground. Atop of her black horse, she rides in her wedding gown. It's plain and it's rich. Time goes round and round and round, straight or round, who knows how time goes, straight or round, who knows how time goes. Big tops in the shade, she's riding in ring 3. She thinks at the end she's the best that she will be, while playing to the crowd tricks they haven't found. She's beautiful again. Time goes round and round and round, straight or round, who knows how time goes, straight or round, who knows how time goes. Sorrow and regret, red rouge still aglow, blue feathers fade in the lights, he loves her so. Well, she's too young to know her time, it's out of bounds. She's a fire in his heart. Time goes round and round and round, straight or round, who knows how time goes, straight or round, who knows how time goes. But oh, he wants her, they'll roam from town to town. The girl and her horse, they're only circus bound. While inside these walls, she circles round and round. He'll wait long on love, his time, it's coming straight on down. Straight or round, who knows how time goes, straight or round, who knows how time goes.
Thank you, Holly and Charlie and Jonathan and Scott and all the people that make this possible. I have one showstopper now. Okay, so I'm getting by watching a lot of Netflix. And the showstopper is from the Great British Baking Show. And so I've been streaming that. And I am the star baker. You should know this. And yesterday I cooked three desserts. No, 1 cracker and 2 desserts, like even before 10 in the morning. It's kind of tough. And I've streamed through, we've blasted through, what is it we just finished watching? Oh, The Blacklist. Yeah, usually the bad guys always get it, so that's kind of refreshing. Okay, thank you guys so much for having me. I've been thrilled to be here. It's just been my pleasure. Here's this song. It's called Uncivil War. This is for it's for everybody. And I wrote it when Baltimore was happening and Freddie Gray was happening. And it's just really, really important that we take care of each other and do what we can to make this world a better place. So this is called Uncivil War. And I sometimes think that I could write verse after verse after verse. 150 years from Confederate to counterfeit,
What do you still do but hold a man down? We're all gone from the kingdom, private lives gone without reason. Gonna be a long, hard walk to freedom. It's a real long way from Gettysburg to Ferguson, Selma to old Baltimore. It's a real long way from Emmett Till to Freddie Gray, real long way from here to freedom. It's a war of little hope, police just have too much rope. Black lightning's on fire year after year. It's a war of ignorance, can't say nothing except what it is. Gonna be a long, hard walk to freedom. It's a real long way from Gettysburg to Ferguson, Selma to old Baltimore. It's a real long way from Emmett Till to Freddie Gray, real long way from here to freedom. Can't believe what you see, there ain't no truth if you're not free. It's only racial shame and poverty. Well, the truth. I can't even think of it. Truth about freedom is the light of hope, all shades of skin. The color of no color is the color of freedom. It's a real long way from Gettysburg to Ferguson, Selma to old Baltimore. It's a real long way from Emmett Till to Freddie Gray, real long way from here to freedom. Win big and you take it all, well, pretty soon you're bound to fall. That lonesome walk should make you feel damn small. Well, the truth about freedom is the light of hope, all shades of skin. The color of no color is the color of freedom. It's a real long way from Gettysburg to Ferguson, Selma to old Baltimore. It's a real long way from Emmett Till to Freddie Gray, real long way from here to freedom. Real long way from here to freedom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us. I'm going to do a short interview here, and High Desert Music Collective is always here to help you, make you feel a hell of a lot better. So take good care. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dottie. Everyone give it up for Dottie one more time. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So before I do the interview with Dottie, I just want to give a shout out to someone that shared the live stream. And because they shared the live stream, they won this Primal Cuts hat. Pretty cool. It's Rick Rammel or Rommel. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. But Rick, if you're still watching, if you come to Silver Moon Brewing, you can come pick up this hat. It's yours. And thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it. So thank you. And now I'm going to have Dottie come up, and I'm going to ask her a few questions, if you're ready. Okay. In the meantime, another shout out to Silver Moon Brewing for having us here, to Central Oregon Recording for doing what they do. And it got really cold, so I was going to give a shout out to the weather, but now I'm having mixed feelings because I'm cold now. Okay, here's Dottie. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for performing. That was such an awesome set.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I was thrilled to be there.
Yes, we were thrilled to have you. Something that I love about your songs is just how each one really tells a rich story. And I love how you introduce them, and so you go into the song and kind of takes us on a journey. And I was curious about your kind of your writing method when it comes to writing your songs, because every singer-songwriter is different, and yours have a specific like storytelling flair that's really amazing. And I was wondering what your method is when you sit down to write a song.
So, I think I am a storyteller first. And I was a published poet, or I am a published poet. And so I write lyrics first. And so as a songwriter, we're so aware of what's out there, and people will have a sentence that will float into my ear, or I'll come up with an idea or a concept and then kind of flush it out. But I didn't really plan to write anything that you heard tonight. They've just come to me. So, for example, Uncivil War came because we don't have a television, but I was watching TV. We were on a trip, and Baltimore was on fire, and I was horrified by this. And we were actually in Austin, so we went to see LBJ's library, and it was filled in my head. And so I get an idea, or I think I need to talk about something to make everybody, including me, feel better. And I'm articulate that way. I'm not in any way the best musician, but I'm a great storyteller. And so the lyrics come first, almost always.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's really inspiring to hear how your songs just weave such a specific image. I mean, it really transports you. And I really wanted to ask you about that specifically, and it makes so much sense that you are a poet, because that really comes through your music. I mean, it's just poetry, and it's interesting because that's not the case with all singer-songwriters. There's ones that feel more poetic, and yours was just really poetic.
Oh,
so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was really hard. I mean, the boys will tell you that when I put the playlist together, in a 2-hour set, let's say you could do 20 songs. Well, my playlist is 40 songs, and then you're cutting, and then you're cutting. And, on the top of my cajon there's like, oh man, I'd like to play that, I'd like to play that. And there's times I was really glad the sound was so good tonight that my finger picking could come through.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a real treat for me, because as the band, we don't get to do much of the softer stuff. Mm-hmm. But I really like the songwriting. I really do. And I have a horse. We have horses. And so I go out and I practice songs on him, and it's called Horse Sessions. And it's always brewing.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, when did you decide that you were going to start putting your words to music? So you began as a poet. How did that transition go for you?
Right. So, well, we retired from our day jobs in 2012, I think. 2012, I think. I was in the television business, and Eli managed performing arts centers. And he said, well, we're going to play music now. And I thought, that's a big joke. Like, what? We're going to play music? But he came home with our pickup loaded with used gear from Olympia. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'm not missing out on that. So we decided we would play music, and then we hooked up with our buddy Steve Jensen, really then, who's played bass with us forever. And so it's been, that's how the band started. And none of us knew we could write. Eli's quite a good, gifted songwriter as well. None of us knew we could write songs, or even that we could sing or perform. And so it's never, you always got to try something, and so it's never too late to start.
Wow, that's super inspiring. That's so cool that that's what you guys decided to do after retirement and everything.
Yeah.
Like, now you started this whole new journey of just tapping into something new, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, who would have
And
known?
doing an amazing job, too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I want to give you a chance to talk a little bit, if you want, a little bit more about Appaloosa, and also give the viewers, let them know how they can access your music, and if you have any other shows coming up as well. I wish we could have a longer interview, but
I totally get it. I totally do.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys again, and if anybody is doing online tips, all of them are going to go to the High Desert Music Collective. And so I have CDs available here. We've got our 5th CD for sale. We didn't have any idea that we were going to produce CDs or write songs. We played covers. Well, we started with the Sisters Folk Festival, and we did their Moth benefit, and we did covers. And then we took a class from Brent Allen. Like, it was a guitar class, how to play guitar. And we had both played a little bit, but he said one week, well, write a song and come back in next week and sing us your song. So I did that. I have a song, and Eli did that. He has a song. And so that's how we learned how to songwrite. I mean, there was nothing there. But Appaloosa pretty much now plays all original tunes. Well, we have a bunch of covers. I mean, we could stand up and play for 4 hours, but we really love our music. And we have this great band. We have Dan Crossman on electric guitar, who is Dan. He's got hot licks. And so it's really different for me to play by my own self, because I hear the band, right, on some of these songs. And Matthew Fletcher joins us on drums, and that's the 5-piece. And we just go out and we can do everything from a giddy-up birthday party to, you know, something that is a little bit quieter background. So it's just really fun. This town is so warm and open and welcoming to people who are, you know, kind of folk musicians like us.
Yeah, and actually I'm so hearing your stories when you're telling them before your songs, you are like a total Bendite. Like, you've been in this area for a long time, so I'm sure you've seen so many changes with just in general, and also with the music scene and just everything growing and stuff. I'm sure it's been really cool to witness that.
And then that River of Stars song, that came because as a kid we would throw rocks in the lake of Dark Lake. And then also I've seen so many changes on the Deschutes River. I was coming across the Columbia Street Bridge, and I thought, what if my father had been standing, I'm a Portland girl, but what if my father had been standing on this bridge and see now the guys riding the wave, whereas before it was Shevlin Hickson. And you know, he was born in 1912 and died in 2001, so what a century is that?
Wow.
We've seen a lot of changes here, right? We really have. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, I'm glad that you feel like it's good, because I know some people don't feel that way. But yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dottie.
Thank you, Holly,
this was
so much.
So beautiful having you,
Thank
and
you.
Can't wait to see Appaloosa when I get the chance.
Sure. Well, I got a CD for you, so anyway, and also I wanted to tell you that I gave some CDs for your giveaways that
cool.
the High Desert Music Collective is doing. So I really believe in what you're doing, and I'm very proud of you all.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. All right, thanks for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.